How are we going, everyone? Hello, Cara. You come and say hello too. Oh, you came along as well. Go and get Alice and Adrian as well. Come on. Go and get the rabbits too in the budgerigard. Folks, get away. Go. I'm just looking at the Asian pear tree. Sweetheart, no. I know, we haven't seen each other all day. Okay, I just came back home. I just noticed, I forgot that I did this. I grafted down here. This is the Amiga grafting tool, not the Amiga grafting tool, it's the actual Italian grafting tool, the Amiga shape graft that I did on it. And I'm just having a look at this. We've got a bit of dye back there, which is okay, but this bud here is actually swollen out. So that's to tell me we actually took, there's a horseshoe and korshui, and I've forgotten which one is which because the bark colour is different. That's a darker bark to this one. They're both Asian pears, they look like apples, and they're really crispy and fluffy and very, very juicy. These are beautiful pears. Now I did graft this probably about a month ago, and I've forgotten all about it. How's that? And have a look at this, it's taken. So it is the right season to be grafting, folks. It's not rocket science, just a little bit of care to be taken. But I came out here to talk about this tree. Well, we're into the season of pruning, and I've tackled this one a little bit. You can see I've already cut it back. I'll give you an example. Here's a branch. I don't know where it was attached. Here, there, somewhere. Look how high it was. So we've taken off a good metre off the top. But to understand how to bring it back down and stop it, here we are, that's where it is. So that was the join there. Now to understand where this all grows and how it grows and how to get the fruit to come on, you know, you've got spur-bearing fruit here. They fruit along the branch, not on the tips. And I always say, look out for a bud that looks like the backside of a spider, sort of nice and fluffy and plump and furry. And we've got some here, but normally double buds are really good. Now, yeah, we've got a double bud on the end there. Not that it'll actually fruit, I don't think so, but the aim here is to actually get these little spurs or fruit-bearing spurs to produce or become fruit-bearing spurs so that they don't grow anymore. So every year it produces from the same spot. For example here, every year we'll get fruit off this little section here. And let's have a look around the place. See all these ones here? See all these fat plums there? They should potentially become fruit for us. And it goes all along the stem there. We had a stem growing up here. I've cut that off, so I've cut the end off here, so I've terminated the growth on this, meaning that bud there should flower and produce fruit. If it grows out, I've got to keep working that back to actually cause the tree to stop growing out and rather just produce fruit. So here, we've got this little bit there. We've got to cut that off, but I haven't got the right tools. Get that out of there. You can thin this out a bit more if you like. See there, that should be fruit. So it'll always produce fruit. Yes, you'll always get new shoots coming up from other buds alike. See, like down there, that can shoot up. That's a bud there that'll grow out, or a node that'll become a leaf, a branch, potential branch. You keep growing up. The same here. All right, so we had the new shoot come up. We've got nice fat plump buds on here that we should get something off this, and that will stop growing because there's nothing left there. Now there are layers in there, and sometimes, I don't know what the term is, what they call it, but here, for example, have a look at this one here. See, each one of those is almost like a ring, a year on it that it's grown. So it just gets thicker and thicker. So eventually that could potentially become another branch or a leader, if I'm not mistaken. That'll grow out. But this now, the main shoots, we've got some here that may shoot up. I've cut the main leaders off. We've got fruit coming off here, fruit off here. I know I've harvested off here before. We've got some on the end there. We shouldn't get much more new growth. We may get some new suckers coming up like that. Now that's a pretty much complete prune. Can tidy up a little bit more. Here is another story. Actually, no, this one's too much. It's too hard to see it. Have a look at this one here. This is our other Asian pear. On this side, just to help you guide yourself through, this side of the branch or the tree has been nothing but fruit on it, okay? See the weep on it, which is great. We've had fruit here, we've had fruit there, we've had fruit there, we've had fruit on the end here. All these branches have been producing fruit. Now, I've got to work all the other side to do the same. I'm not too fussed about the overall shape on the tree, but I do care about, obviously, its productivity. Now, again, we painted this last year. Look at that. Oh, look at this. More problems, okay? They're nesting under the bark. So all this has to be cleaned off and painted again. You can see the remnants of the whitewash that I did last year. All this has to be peeled off, cleaned up. Whatever comes off easily like that I'm doing now. Don't go ripping it all off and trying to peel it away because you'll end up killing the tree. So that's got to get painted over once you cleaned up the bark and then worked on the branches. Now have a look at this here. This is a nice straight upright. We've got a bud there that's nice and plump that's going to flower. We'll possibly get some fruit off that. But here we've got dieback already. So that there, if it wasn't dying back, for example, like this one here, that'll just keep growing. It'll literally keep growing up to the sky. So we're going to cut this right off. We've got a bud there. No, we haven't. We've got nothing there. So we're going to cut it off back here. Like that there for now. I don't like the upright look on it. We might get a shoot coming out of the side. We may be able to train it, weigh it down if we like. And that way it'll become more productive. And that's what we do with the rest of them. See these shoots? I don't need these shoots. I don't need any of these shoots. I don't want them to shoot up like that. I don't mind if they grow out this way. Just like here, this is growing out here. And we're getting fruit down the end there, fruit down the end there. All these uprights, I've got to cut them right back. Get rid of them completely. Like that. And you cut back. See, I had a cut last year, but that caused it to push out even more. That's okay. I can cut it back here if I like. It'll keep sprouting up from there, or I'll work on this one here. Now, a good mate of mine, if he's watching, says an undercut. So do an undercut, which means underneath the above bud. And that dieback should cause a little bit of concern to the tree, which will force it to push up there and make it flower properly and hopefully fruit as well. Pretty messy tree in actual fact. It's not really perfectly balanced. This is how I got it, meaning when I acquired the property, this is how we got it. So we're going to bring all these wispy branches right down, get rid of them. I don't need this up there, or I may want to work with this one. No, I don't want to work with this one to fill in this space. Not really that concerned. Yeah, cut it off, gone. The same here. I can cut it there, but we've got the dieback there, so we just cut it there like that. And hopefully we terminate that one there. We start to get fruit on the end of it. It's not the perfect science, folks. And it doesn't mean you get it right every time, and I've probably done something wrong here and you've said it and I haven't picked up on it, but the aim is to get these to fruit and this to stop growing. The aim is to get it to fruit down here and that to stop growing there. The same up here. We've got a bud there. We don't need this to grow out. We just cut that off there. Get rid of it like that. And we work all the way around it. And that's what I'm doing now. Just keep doing this. Time to prune your trees, folks. Even if you don't get it right, work on the basic theory. Open vase, if you can, or aerate the center of the tree. Don't look at the apricot. It's not ready for me. Actually, ooh, it is nearly. We've got flowers on it. This is the time where you start pruning the apricot, folks. Just as you're getting sap flow through it. See the flowers coming on? I just knocked one off. These flowers there is what you want. And it's so jagged, so messy. I've got to cut right back into that, but I have to be careful because if I remove too much of it, I ain't going to get any fruit on it. I'm going to get very little fruit, so I've got to work my way through it, but not now because that's... I need a bottle of ouzo for that one, I reckon. Anyway. All right. And I think we've pretty much covered it all here, folks. Look, it's still going to grow some uprights, but the aim is to be able to develop a structure on the tree where it's nice, balanced, and this is completely not that. It's completely not that. It is completely out of whack. It's lopsided. It's drying out on the one side, yet it still gives me about 20 or 30 fruit on this little tree here. I haven't bothered to straighten it up. I'm not going to bother, you know, as long as it can live, that's how I work with it. I may graft onto it, but this wood's too far gone for me to graft on down here. You can see that. I may be able to do, well, I might be able to do a crown graft, cut it off again and start all over. But as long as it's producing, like it's doing over here, that I'm getting all my fruit, that's what I want to get all over this tree. So I don't have to prune as much. Any suckers that come up, far few and little will be pruned back, and the rest of it will be just constantly bearing fruit for me. So we just cut off all the dieback on the top, and we wait for the rest of it to plump up and give us some fruit. Now folks, spray your trees. Your nectarine and peach trees need to be sprayed. You can see the film on this. It's about to burst out. We're nearly at the end of the month. We've got just enough time to spray another coat on this before it bursts open. Any more than that, then you're looking for trouble. So if you haven't sprayed your trees with our disease control pack to control leaf curl, well, I don't know what you're waiting for. You're just looking for trouble to occur in your garden. That's if you've got a nectarine and peach tree. And as far as feeding, now's the time to get your food into the ground as well, because the roots are growing, they're looking for their feed. And if you haven't applied and you're waiting for August and September to come, you're too late. Well, it's not too late, but it's later than it should be. The tree misses out on that early start that it needs to have. So superfood and black grit combined with the liquid feed on top is a powerhouse. That's all you need to do. If you need to build up the soil, add some compost as well to top it up. Mulch and that, keep it away still because this is really damp here. It's about to rain again for us. It's sitting about 13 degrees today, which is quite mild by comparison, a little bit windy, but I'm in a nice protected environment. This one's pretty much cleaned up. These uprights, probably I can take them down a little bit more. You know, at the end of the day, that's the shape of the tree. Now time to work on their pear, and then we work our way around up to the apricots. Check out our website, vasilisgarden.com. All our tools and the grafting tool combos are going dirt cheap. Get yourself a pair or a set so you can enjoy some wonderful grafting techniques. Get some cyan wood, which is what we're going to put online very soon, so you can actually purchase your own variety, heritage fruit, and graft onto your own tree. Check it all out, vasilisgarden.com. From me, Vasili, Maresi. What do we say?
Meresi. I like it.